Oh, I know the jersey a little tight, but this is a 50. I'm just joking like this. Shh, talker. I'm talking about AD. Let me have my moment. Give me just a second. Okay. AD the brand, ain't it? LeBron too, yeah. You like LeBron? You like GOAT James? Yes, you like GOAT James. Of course you like GOAT James. What about AD? AD our guy? Is AD our guy? Well, yes. AD's our guy. And he went to work on him too. Run tail. What you want to do? You like AD? You like the Lakers? You like the Lakers? You like the Lakers? Yeah, okay then.
All right. Well, we heard a lot out of Coach Malone, and that's what we anticipated. I was very interested and kind of giggled a little bit to myself when he said he was going to go through the proper channels. And if you don't know what he's referring to, the Los Angeles Lakers did submit a petition to the league office regarding LeBron James not getting fouls. That was their perception. He's averaging just under 7 per game. He had 11 total in the first 3 games. He attempted 14 tonight. What say you, Greg Anthony?
Well, I know that the conspiracy theorists are out there, and Brendan knows this. First, you don't just say, hey, look, he's not getting fouled. You don't call the league and say, hey, look, LeBron's not getting called. You got to send tape. You know, and generally what happens is you're going to send in or you're going to document plays you want them to look at, and then you want a response from the league. And the other thing that does is it now forces the officials to pay more attention to it. And so ordinarily, yeah, you're going to probably get some more calls. But just like we saw in the prior game, the team that was more aggressive and owned the paint owned the free throw line. And that's what Denver did in Game 3. And tonight you saw that's what the Lakers did. And that was one of the reasons why I thought their free throw attempts were up. You know, yeah, they put the officials on alert, but they were, I thought, the more aggressive team on the interior. And oftentimes the aggressor does create what I call momentum calls. You know, officials, they're human. And a lot of times they're going to officiate momentum. If they see a team that is physically starting that manhandle and owning the paint, then they typically will get more calls. So I would suspect that Denver's going to have a legit claim when they send in their tape to the league. And you might see a role reversal come game 5.
Well, Coach Malone agreed with you in terms of the aggressiveness. The Lakers not just dominated at the free throw line, but Brendan also in the paint with the rebounding margin. And we knew that was to their detriment in the previous game. They definitely self-corrected.
Yeah, well, the Lakers are proud. And that's what it comes down to. When you go out there and your bigs only get you 4 rebounds combined in 55 minutes the last game, you knew they were going to come out and rebound better this game, and especially Dwight Howard. I think Coach was right. Dwight Howard set the tone. He came out there, he was aggressive, he was on the glass, he was active, and I think the fact that he went out there and had his 11 or 12 rebounds in only 22 minutes was key. He was one of those guys that just helped jumpstart this Laker team from the start of this game, and so I was glad to see the Lakers get back on the glass and do what we've known to do all year long.
Jamal Murray continues to impress us offensively. I mean, we saw some trick shots, if you will. I mean, it wasn't just that one where he came down the middle, but the reverse. He had that, Chris Webber labeled it the Canadian step, where he came along the baseline. I mean, his bag is completely full. How do you try to mitigate that if you are the Lakers?
Well, you know, I always say this, that you don't always put your entire focus on saying, oh, I'm going to stop a truly special player. Because the reality is you're not. And what you want to do is what you saw in that possession there. You want to make them take tough shots. And that's all the Lakers could do, and then try to eliminate the impact of some of the other guys on that roster.
All right, let's hear from head coach Frank Vogel.
All righty, we're ready. So if you want to start off.
All right, yes, I'll start off with Mike Shooter.
Hey, Frank, Rondo said in the walkout that he thought LeBron switching over to Murray was kind of the key to the stretch defensively. Wondered if that was a communication between the two of you, or LeBron just called for it, and then what you made of how he executed it.
LeBron asked for the assignment, and obviously I granted it. And you know, he did a great job down the stretch. You know, trying to contain him one-on-one. Murray had a great night. and nothing was really working in terms of trying to slow him down until Bron took that assignment. So game ball to him, I guess, for that move.
Frank, you talked about limiting turnovers and changing the rebounding, the battle around. What did you think were the keys for those items?
Yeah, we just were, we paid more attention to it. Our commitment to hit people on the glass was far better in this game than it was last game, as well as our commitment to crash. Offensive rebounding is an effort play. We want to play effort offense, running the floor, crashing, driving hard to the paint, and our guys did a good job with that. Committed to the defensive rebounding, limited them, I think, 6 offensive rebounds, and the turnovers is just about it's making a simple play. We really tried to thread the needle too much in the last 2 games, and did a much better job of that tonight.
Hey Frank, it's Dave. How would you describe the effort that Anthony Davis came out with to begin this game, and then also the way he was able to persevere through that ankle injury and finish things off?
Yeah, great toughness. You can see he was in some pain after that happened, and but the way he started the game was off the charts. It was just his shot making was ridiculous, and his just energy, all over the floor, defending, rebounding, running the floor, and obviously just scoring the ball at will to start the game. So he was terrific tonight.
Frank, what do you think was the biggest factor for you guys in being able to turn around the rebounding margin?
Commitment. Obviously Dwight helped, being in the starting lineup. He gives us a presence down there. He's one of the best rebounders on both sides. So that helps some. But our team commitment was just far better than it was in the last game.
Hey, Frank, kind of piggybacking on that, how contagious is what Dwight did with those, I think, 4 or 5 early offensive rebounds kind of throughout the roster and the game, and really asking, with the way you guys offensive rebounded in the final 2 minutes, even though Dwight's not on the floor, is there maybe some way you can trace those plays back to what he did in the first minutes of the game?
I think somewhat. The perimeter crashing is different than what Dwight does, but Dwight just brings energy. You know what I mean? He fits what we want to embody in terms of being a team that plays harder than our opponent every night. He plays extremely hard and extremely physical, and really set a great tone for us tonight.
Alec?
Yeah?
You kind of flirted with that decision. Why was it?
We lost game 3. And in the loss, his energy was, to me, infectious. And, we knew what he could do in this matchup, and, we just saw, we like to try to start the series with the lineups that we played throughout the season, and then you fill out the series, you know what I mean? We know this is something that we could always go to. We started the series 2-0. Lost game 3, played poorly. It wasn't anything with the starting lineup, as a matter of fact, in game 3 that cost us the victory. But, I just wanted to be able to get him in there more, than bringing him in mid-second quarter.